guys, this is Evi Lynn and I am welcoming you to my channel where I'm showing you how I'm building my own tiny house out of a shipping container. I've been chronically ill since I am 17 and I have been completely bedridden for a long time. And in that time I was thinking, if I got better, just a tiny bit, what would the one thing be that I want to do in my life? And the only dream that always popped up was to build my own tiny house. So this is my journey to do just that and to remind myself to never give up on my dreams. And the first task of this week is to get the insulation that I pre-cut last week up onto the container. Yesterday was very difficult to work. There was a lot of wind, a lot of rain, thunder. It was really not the best of the week. And I really wanted to get somewhere. So I was practically just biting my nails all day. Like, I want to do something, but I can't. So in the evening, when it was almost dark, I still went up here and I made this mess. And you could say, what a mess, but that is because it was really pitch black when I finished this. I even wrote number 3s on the third layer pieces and I couldn't see what I was doing. So I was just blindly finding my pieces and writing somewhere a 3 on it. But I'm very happy that I did this because a lot of these pieces from the second and the third layer had blown off somewhere during this week, and I had just put them back up here and I was like, I'll look at that later. So I was wise enough to put a number 4 on all the fourth layer pieces, but I had not done that on these. So yesterday evening there was this blissful moment where there was no wind at all. It was just completely silent, and when the darkness fell, I was really like, if I don't do it now, I'm going to regret this so much. Because now it is not very windy, but it is enough to blow these little pieces away. Trust me, if you want to lay out the whole width of the container of 2 layers of pieces, and it is blowing like this, you'll have to run up and down of the ladder a lot. And I mean a lot. And I don't want that. So I'm really happy that I figured out yesterday which number 14 was number 14, like in was that layer 1 or layer 2. So everything is now, layer 1 is here, layer 2 is there. I'm saying that wrong. This is layer 2 and this is layer 3, of course. This is layer 1, which is already done. And layer 4 is laying right there. So it is just up to me now to get all this in. Creative ways to support the insulation so that it is level with the underside of the CLS, so that it should be more easy to put on plates on the ceiling later on. I discovered that that didn't work. on the first half of the pointed roof. It is not as neat as I would have liked it to be. Not at all, actually. Especially because now I have to deal with that when I am working inside on the ceiling. So I have to climb on that and have to deal with that up above my head, while now I can work on it fairly easy on the ground, on top of the roof here. And I try to figure out why that happened. Well, now I know. The insulation is a slightly tiny bit thicker than the CLS. So when I'm putting the second layer on top of here, and then I have to sit on that to make the third and the fourth layer, it is pushed in. And just that little bit is now sticking out underneath the CLS. So that's going to cost more work later on. So I try to figure out a way to fix that from this side on, so that at least this side is more or less straight with the CLS. And I say more or less because I have very little confidence in that right now. But I'm going to try. I'm going to put little pieces of roof ladder on top of the CLS, so that when the second layer is on here, it will rest on here and thus on the CLS and not on the first layer anymore. Why roof ladder? Well, I thought of doing that with pieces of insulation because that's cheap and light, but because it is light, and now today there is no wind at all, which I'm very grateful for. But that's another thing I'm dealing with constantly, that there is just a gush of wind and everything just blows away again and again. So I'm trying to deal with that, and I think roof ladder will not be swept away so easily. So I've got some roof ladder cutting to do to get it all into shape and underneath the second layer. Only now that the second layer is done, I can now finally put those little pieces of the third layer into their final place. Okay, so here's the thing. It should have been like this, but now this is sticking out way too much, and actually that is because this one is not coming into the middle of the roof. So it's actually, this is the middle of the roof, it's like this, so this one's sticking out like that. So I figured out, if I take the fourth layer and I put that up here, this one is coming along quite nicely, just about in the middle, and then I can put these up until here. And then I just have this gap that is still there. So what I'm going to do, or try to do, is to make some sort of spine of insulation in between here. So I'm going to put up a small piece right in between here, cut this all a bit more straight and a bit more that it fits. And this one needs to be smaller as well. But now that I think of it, I think it's a real good idea, because then I don't have all these pieces of insulation on top of each other and then only perf foam straight in the middle, 4 layers thick, because they all end on the same spot. So now I have a spine in the middle which is pure insulation, and that will stop a lot more of the cold. I was already worried about that. I always try to put up a piece of insulation on top of where 2 others connect, so that there is a maximum of insulation value still there. I mean, let's be honest, perf foam is great, but it's for insulation value, this is way better. So yeah, another thing that didn't go quite as well as I hoped, but to every problem there's an answer, right? So this is how far I got this week, and I'm so happy with the progress. It really starts to look like something that you could call a home, or a house at the very least. Home is a next stage, I guess. But, well, at least this is another step done. This one is the fourth layer on here. I have puzzled it out. I can't cure it down yet, because there is nothing here, and I just need to finish this first. I just need to make the first CLS, then the insulation of the first, the second and the third layer up till here, and then I can put that down. But it's all puzzled out. I have every piece numbered, and it can be done quickly once I got all the rest done. So I've put all the insulation of that fourth layer over there, and that is also where that part of the container already has 4 layers of insulation. So I'm saying that very carefully, I just have to make this piece to there 4 layers thick, and then I'm done with insulation on the roof. Yes, it's still a lot of work, but I am so happy with the progress right now. I am very happy that I have so much insulation on the roof already that is pre-cut, pre-sawed. I have another pallet ready for if this is not enough. So all I have to do now is get this piece done. And I've already been preparing for what I think is coming after insulating the roof, because this is going quite fast. I need to be 2 steps ahead of myself in the thinking and ordering process, just to make sure that everything is there when I want to move on to the next stage. So yes, this is still a lot of insulation, and as long as the weather is so good as this, I'll concentrate on that every single day. So yeah, if you want to hop on my journey, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, be my guest in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.